Hey, you know what?
Hey.
We know what every other week means. We know how time works.
Look, here's the thing. We're basically in vacation mode, I feel like, you and I both. And I don't think we planned that adequately.
Like all the time?
No. Just this last month. I feel like if we were planning this, like if we were an actual business with our schedules being the way they were and have been, I think we would have been like, let's take the month off. But we didn't have the foresight because we don't think about this podcast very much.
You speak for yourself. I think about this podcast day in and day out. It wakes me up in the morning and it puts me to bed at night. I
think reflecting upon it fondly and thinking about it ahead of time feel different to me. But
fair enough. You know what? Foresight is 2020. We both have had things going on. I went to New York. New York, the great
a hell
city
of a town.
New York, a hell of a town. Really painted the town red, with cheesecake topping.
And who you saw there? I know who you saw. You saw that person who sings our theme song.
Yeah, I did see the person who sings our theme song. She's a cool Brooklyn gal.
Yeah. Blanking on the name. Posey Merman. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. I got to see her. It was great. Went to Coney Island. Loved it. Saw Chicago on Broadway. Also loved that.
I mean, how could you not?
I guess you could have bad taste.
You could Erica Jane could have been in it. That's how you could not. But that's more of an inside baseball joke for us Real Housewives fans. Carry on.
Yeah, I was going to say I have no idea who you're talking about.
I'll explain later.
No, it's fine. You could just keep it to yourself.
No, I'll explain.
Yeah, it was good, but it did throw me out of whack a little bit. It's like the first, big trip I've taken in a while, and it was delightful to be traveling again. I feel like my traveling self is my most capable self. All of a sudden, it's not that my social anxiety turns off. It's just like I suddenly become to myself that friend that's like, oh, you're afraid to ask for ketchup. I'll ask for ketchup, but I do that for myself.
Right.
When I'm traveling.
I feel like you have to do that, especially in New York, because no one's just going to give you ketchup.
Nobody's just going to give me ketchup. I had to fight tooth and nail for my Coney Island hot dog to have any sort of condiments on it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, so that happened, and then you are about to be a traveler. A traveling man, if you will.
Yeah, when this episode rolls out, I will be traveling. I'm going to the opposite end of the country from New York, which is our end of the country currently. California is where I'll be. Sunny Anaheim.
California boys, they're unforgettable. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top.
I like that we sing each other's like underscore music for when we're talking. We should do that all the time. We should just keep that.
It's not distracting at all. I'm sure it's
at all.
Really a pleasant auditory experience for everybody.
Yeah, well, when I throw it into I'll mix it right, and it's just gonna sing.
You're gonna mix it so good.
Yep. But yeah, also like doing the Disneyland thing and the Universal Studios thing and the Hollywood Horror Nights thing, which
so many things.
It's not like the first big trip because we did join my folks in Hawaii, but like that felt very isolated. You had to be vaccinated or take a test to even like get in there, and even then, when you're there, it's just like, what do we do? Beach? Yep, that's it. That's the day.
Man, sucks.
That's not saying it sucks, but I feel like honestly, not. Maybe it's because traveling with family is also different, but not my way to relax. And my way to relax is going to a theme park with someone who matches my speed as far as what we can do.
I'm glad you guys are going to do that because I've been to Disneyland with you, and I will say, while it was very nice to have somebody just plan the whole damn thing, you and Elena just planned the whole damn thing for us. It was incredibly exhausting.
Well, we did try to do like all of it in a day, and we succeeded. But it's a busy day to do that.
It was a lot, but I did appreciate it. It was very well planned, so I'm sure you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah. Got gonna go see I'm going to go see my boys, Sam Wilson, Tony Stark.
I thought you meant the Blue Man Group. I thought the Blue Man Group was your boys.
No, first of all, they're in Orlando, and they no longer have a residency at Universal Studios.
Damn. And they're not boys, they're men.
They're men.
There's where I fucked up. I'm sorry. That was me.
It's fine. I wish that Blue Man Group joke wasn't relevant, but I did just play their music in my improv class the other day. So
yeah, no, I knew it would be relevant. I think no matter how far away you get from them, you will always be a blue man at heart.
I will always have a connection. There's a blue man in all of us. They're not always a representative of the Blue Man Group, but
there is a sad little man inside of all of us.
Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting, and I'm glad that both of us look at us. We're doing things. We're staying busy. It's the spooky season, so we are full spookying together. We went to a haunted maze together.
Yeah.
Just to this is like your parents reassuring you that we're still together. Just because we miss a week doesn't mean we don't see each other.
No, it doesn't mean we don't love you.
It doesn't mean we don't love you. It just means that we don't love each other anymore, and you're the reason.
Whoa. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun getting scared at a corn maze.
We did.
What was the highlight for you?
I think the highlight for me was when it was Michael Myers themed this year, and when we finally saw Michael Myers, he emerged, and our friend Mariah said, "Oh, Mike's a short king," and that made me laugh so incredibly hard. Yep. So I would say that was probably one of my highlights. What was your highlight of the scary maze?
God, there's so many to choose from. It's a real cavalcade of scary masks. I think it's less of a funny one, but like a good scare I had was like the pig head guy in the kind of butcher looking attire. Was leading the pack of us into this dark enclosed little shack area, and this guy was real good. Well, did the best job out of any of the scare actors at just like emerging from darkness in a way that wasn't cheesy. Like I did not fucking see him at all, and I felt like I had a grasp on like I can kind of, there's a guy over there, I can place this guy. This guy got me. And
not to brag, but I am very good at knowing where scare actors are.
Right.
It's really a gift I have.
I think that's a privilege. But yeah, I missed this one, and maybe you would have seen him if you were in front, but I was, and he got me. And my scared reaction was the thing that tickles me the most, because it wasn't like it's more of a giggle. I did more of a okay. Hey, like I wish I could have seen it from their perspective. But yeah, that guy was a treat.
A real snack.
Fry him up.
Pig in a blanket. Little bacon. Good. Yeah, no, I had a great time. I thought it was very well done. And we had a good time running around and just getting the pants scared off of us.
We did. We watched some scary movies. This is going to be like the last episode before Halloween. And that means the episode after, we hope, depending on, if the universe provides, will be the one where we pick apart all of the post-Halloween misconnection posts, because I feel like those are usually a treat.
Yeah.
Seems like Halloween's in full swing this year, according to Fauci.
Yeah, there are a couple of things I am very excited about in terms of holidays on Craigslist, and Halloween I would have to say is probably the crowning achievement one. I think that like winter holidays can also be good. There's a lot of meet cutes on planes during that season. But
over-romanticized season, so it definitely lends to people looking out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just feel like Halloween is really special in that, like, when else are you gonna get like angel-winged roller skater looking for man dressed like a squid?
Yeah,
not
dressed as a
not a guy from Squid Games, a squid.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
That could be hot though.
Do get it twisted. Let's get twisted. Should we start the podcast?
Now's as good a time as any.
You caught my eye in the grocery line. I fancied myself a man worth your time. And I couldn't help thinking I wished you were mine. A man-seeking woman whose total is 589. Well, I don't do this often. I'm not like the guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of existential crisis.
Podcast seeking listener. We're at half-mast today as we dedicate this episode to Colin Powell, former Black National Security Advisor. And yes, I did say Black National Security Advisor. That, I believe, was his position. It's time for another Existential Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section in new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
It's pretty cool that we had a guy whose whole job was black security. And he worked in the White House.
Whoa.
At least
that
that's what
is deep.
That's what all the papers are saying today. Maybe I'm
I think you're reading it right.
Okay. Well, anyway, welcome to the show. If you don't know, Sarah,
now you know.
Well, okay, now you know. I was going to say we should tell them, but I guess now they know. So
No, I'll tell them.
Oh, okay.
So this is a little show where we go into America's favorite list, which is Craigslist. It's Craigslist. And we go to the misconnection section, which is like an online posting board in a coffee shop. People talk about people they've seen on the streets that they thought they really had a connection with, but didn't have the chance to make that connection blossom into something more. So they're posting it on the internet to legions of strangers in hopes that the person they are writing it to will see it, and they'll have their happily ever after. And I believe in love.
It's supposed to go.
I believe
Sarah
in love.
believes in love.
I think it's going to happen.
I don't. And so I feel like mostly people are going to try to just get their beaks wet. But we'll see. At the end of every episode, we tally them up and we see who won Existential Crisis.
Yep, it's just like Love It or List It. Except Tullen and I are not married and then divorced and then still have to do a show together.
Yet.
That's true.
Dude.
We're still young.
There's still time.
There's still time here. Something else we do on this show is that we cold read these. So the misconnections that I have picked out, Talon has not seen unless he's happened upon them as well. And the ones that Talon picks out, I have not seen. And so we just read them blind and chit-chat a little bit. That's what you guys are here for. A little chit-chat.
A little Existential Crisis chit-chat. A 4C.
A 4C. That's a weird bra size, but we'll take it. I've got one to start us off so that Tullen can read it and you can know what you're getting into.
Thank you for that.
You're
Lovely
welcome.
invitation. Here we go. Walmart tigered. You cut me off with your shopping cart. I almost ran you down. You apologized. We shared a masked smile. I nonchalantly followed you and found you in the paint section. Then chickened out, approaching you. The sweatshirt off the shoulder beguiled me. My loss.
I felt like this one was appropriate for spooky season because I'd just like you to imagine this scenario from the subject's point of view, right? She's just going shopping at Walmart. She accidentally cuts a guy off with a shopping cart. He runs into her.
Yep.
She's like, oh God, this man is mad at me. But then they share a smile and she's like, okay, maybe he's not going to murder me in public. This is fine. But then he follows you.
Yeah.
He says nonchalantly, I'm going to go ahead and say, as a woman living in the world, it's very chalant when you're following me. I'm going to know.
Yeah.
You're being chalant. I will know if you're following me.
Even if I'm just walking behind a person on the street, I don't feel nonchalant. I feel like it's the proximity becomes weird, even if I'm not attempting to connect with this person at all.
Yeah, I also feel like we've had this conversation before because you're very aware of when you're following people and what their reaction is. And
this
I feel
has come up.
Yeah, and this guy is just the exact opposite. They're like, oh, no, I followed her, but boy, did she not know. She knew, buddy. She knew.
Yeah. I also want you to imagine that the writer, the author, is wearing a Michael Myers mask from the movie Halloween and see what that does for the situation. Because
doesn't change it much, to be honest. Still scary.
He said he's wearing a mask. No way of knowing what kind of mask he's wearing, but he did say he's wearing a mask. So
that is true. There is no specifics.
We shared a mask smile is like assuming a little something. I mean, do you think? Yeah. On some level, you can probably tell when someone's smiling at you if they wear a mask. A little bit.
Yeah, I would argue that almost everyone I've talked to, recently especially, I think now that we're, 9 months? Now that we're like, I wish. Now that we're like 17 months into the quarantine, I feel
17.
I feel like people, everyone I've talked to has said that they don't smile with their mouths anymore. If they want to make somebody think they're smiling, they just squint.
Right.
So I think that, that was probably what was happening. And also, just because I smile at somebody, usually it's because I'm trying to diffuse a situation. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. A smile isn't an invitation. It's normally self-defense, I feel like.
Yeah, especially in a public setting. Mm-hmm. And now that I can just squint instead of fully smiling, I feel like I do it more.
Yeah. Is it affecting your ability to smile in non-masked situations?
I don't think so.
No.
I think I think smiling is like kind of my automatic, my kind of default, like to a bad point. Like I smile and laugh when I'm uncomfortable. So if something like horrible happens, I'll smile and laugh, and then I'll be like, "That's not what I'm trying to convey."
Right.
So I feel like I am unable to escape smiling at people with my mouth whole.
Well, that's good. I feel like I really got used to the mask at a certain level, and so it does, like, when I am without it around people, I don't make as many attempts to convey emotion, because I didn't have to for a while, and that was, like, okay with me. Not that I'm not an emotional person.
No, you're a Gemini. You have so many emotions. I don't know what that means. I don't know anything about astrology. I just know you're a Gemini.
Well, some would say full-on mood swings, but I don't know. It depends on who you ask. But
two masks.
Two masks. We all wear two masks.
Two masks. There's two masks inside of you. One's a wolf and one's a dog.
Which mask do you wear? The one you feed? What? Okay, anyway.
Yeah, no, this works.
And then there were 3 pairs of footprints, and that's where I carried you.
Or there was a 3-legged dog.
Or a 3-legged wolf. Something got weird with the wolves that day. That day in particular.
This is that day.
This is that day.
Something else I like about this misconnection is the sweatshirt off the shoulder beguiled me. Like, what a real like 16th century England thing to say.
16th century England. I was thinking. I mean, you're right. I feel like even in the 80s though, that was pretty like. Whoa,
okay.
Shoulder?
Well, in the 80s, that was like the hip thing to do. I was going more for the like, ooh, a snatch of skin. How sexual.
Yeah, I got it.
Shoulder boner alert.
I think we got our first ever disagreement on the podcast. I think I too would be beguiled by a shoulder. I think I'd be like,
whoa,
skin. I wasn't expecting it.
So you're a shoulder guy.
I'm a shoulder guy, I guess. Yeah, as opposed to a forearm skin guy. I said forearm skin.
I just want everyone to be clear. There was an arm between the fore and the skin.
Don't get it twisted.
That sounded worse, actually, when I said that. So.
Also, don't get it twisted in that context. Also, it sounded horrible to me.
All bad. Everything is bad. There's no escaping.
Nope. Just like there was no escaping from this man who was trying to approach this woman in the paint section.
Who followed you.
Yep. Anyway.
Sometimes misconnections are better off missed,
Honestly, yeah. And I feel like I speak as someone who has probably had so many awkward interactions with a stranger that I would never want to, like, see in writing. Ever. Ever. Yeah.
Fair enough. As Natasha Bedingfield would say, the rest is still unwritten.
Wow. Nice throwback.
Thanks.
Yeah. I got one for you.
Yeah, let me open this bad boy up.
I will say,
yes.
This is one I know you like to go in cold. This is one that probably breaks one of our rules, but I'm
okay.
going to allow it, and I think you'll be okay with it.
Okay. Dust off your packers and pooshies, because it's time to use them again. They have been packed away long enough, so get over to inmenow.com and find yourself someone to use them with. Things are crazy right now as society starts to open up. So your chances are pretty good you will be in bed with someone in a jiffy. Honestly, give this copywriter a raise. That was incredible. Wow. Also, obsessed with the web address inmenow.com. Don't go there. This is not an advertisement for that.
This is absolutely not. I mean, what we just read is absolutely an advertisement.
Yes.
But,
but we
this
are
podcast
not.
is not.
Yeah, we are not getting paid. So please do not go to their website.
Unless you use promo code CraigCryPod. That's CraigCryPod.
No.
InMeNow.com.
No. I don't want that. So I'm trying to find... So I know what a packer is. I don't know what a pooshy is. So I'm Googling it.
Is it kind of a weird play on pussy?
Oh my God. Maybe.
It's not like a great play on the word.
It's the name of a plantation in South Carolina.
Ooh, yeah.
Or, according to Urban Dictionary, it is neither an insult or a compliment. It could be neither or both. So essentially it means nothing at all, is what I'm learning.
Yeah, that's not enough of a definition for that word.
No, but that is literally what the Urban Dictionary entry says. Huh. Maybe it is pussy.
Well, what did you think Packers was?
Well, I know what a packer is. A packer is like... it's like a false penis you can wear in your pants if you would like to have a penis, but maybe don't have a penis.
I see. See, I'm learning here.
Yeah, you're learning.
I'm learning.
Yeah, so you just put them in your pants.
Well, then now
I don't know.
Yeah, I have new context for Poochie, and I don't know if I'm right.
And I will say, I don't know that packers are actually used for sex, though, which is interesting. Like,
also interesting.
I think that if you were to approach that, you would use a strap-on or a dildo. But, you know, I appreciate that they're trying to reach out to, I think packers are sometimes used by, like, the trans community. So I appreciate the outreach here, but not sure.
This is an inclusive spam website.
Yes. Also, I love that they said things are crazy, spelled Cwazee.
I didn't love it. That's I felt
incredible.
It became a little bit infantilizing to me, and that was weird.
I liked it because I've never seen that word written out, and yet I immediately knew how it was pronounced.
Yeah.
And like what they were going for.
Yeah. Things
and
are
that's a sign of a
crazy.
good copywriter.
So, you know what? I gotta say, of all the Craigslist ad spam that gets through, you know, the Craigslist Batman of the website, this was fun. This was
one's really good.
I might consider going to inmenow.com.
No, don't go there. I also like your chances are pretty good, but you will be in bed with someone in a jiffy. That's like, thank you for being very affirmative, but also realistic. I appreciate it.
I felt, very reassuring and yeah, honestly, like, that's a good angle. It's a good angle to work. You know, none of us would just enter a raffle willy-nilly, but when the person at the booth is like, listen, there's only been like 5 people who entered the raffle. Your odds are like pretty good. You'd be like, okay, well, you know, maybe, I'll drop $10. Like, that's all it takes. Is like the idea that it's a numbers game and the odds are in your favor. Well,
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Okay.
They should use that. They should use that as their new tagline. May the odds ever be in your favor. I don't think anyone has used that before. Great. I've got another one for you.
Perfect. Let me take a look at that. Tigered Fred Meyer. We're tigered heavy today.
Yeah, we are a little.
We were in the pasta aisle yesterday around 4 p.m., and you asked if I had tried a certain sauce. I hadn't, but said it sounds good. I couldn't help seeing the rather large bulge you had in those gym shorts. It made my bulge get a little bigger. I'd love to talk more. If you see this, shoot me an email.
Not crazy about the use of the word bulge here.
If anything, it's just repetitive. Once is okay.
It is. I also just think that's such a weird term to use. I don't know.
It does, to me, conjure like a very specific shape.
Yeah, like not necessarily a sexy one, but
right.
More
just
like
kind of all...
you. Yeah. No, you first, please.
No, yeah, just like kind of. You ever like do laundry and then realize you like forgot to like undo some of your socks, and then you pull them out of the machine and they're like kind of like not all the way apart and kind of get like a little bit of a ball, but not a full on like bald sock pair.
Some might call that a bulge.
That's kind of what it looks like to me.
Oh, that was really good. That was a great metaphor. I was going to just say an ill-fitting pair of khakis is what I always think of. I just think of like badly fitting khakis.
Right. I think they both work. I think if you imagine that kind of semi-unfolded, unraveled sock, wet ball stuffed into a bad, ill-fitting pair of khakis, I feel like you get the full picture.
That's it. That's what it looks like.
In this case, gym shorts, but there you go.
Yeah, that is true. And gym shorts are pretty loose, so I feel like this guy was packing. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't wear a lot of gym shorts, but
yeah. Not to derail this, but sure. I would also like our listeners to know that this is tagged in an area. So Tigard is a suburb of Portland, for those of you who are not local listeners. Mm-hmm. And yet this misconnection is tagged in an area noted only as Area 3.
Yes.
Which
it's not too far away from Area 11, apparently, on this map.
Numbers would make you think otherwise, but then you'd be wrong.
But yeah, I don't. Have they just not got around to naming it? Do you think, or
I don't know. I'm wondering if there is like an alien experimentation facility in Tigard, Oregon, somewhere.
Well, that makes sense because there is an Area 51, so you'd imagine there must be at least 50 other areas.
Right.
Yeah, and
or else why would it be called Area 51?
Exactly. 2 of them are in our backyard, apparently. What do you think they do at Area 1 and Area 3? Like, I mean, if 51 is like the big stuff, that's the big secrets. What do you think they do at the lesser area bases like Area 3?
Area 3, I would soil samples.
Just
sampling the soil over and over again.
So like, this one has a little more soot in it than the last one.
They're just doing bulge research.
Oh.
In the field.
Trying to determine how to describe the shape of a bulge or like
just bulge research,
I guess you can categorize, like much like stars and planets, you could probably categorize bulges.
Yeah, like a red dwarf or a supernova.
Or a...
This is, you can tell that our brains are really turned on to 100 this evening, everybody. It's really... The ideas are just flowing.
Primed and ready.
I just said red dwarf, and then that kind of knocked me out. Like
no, it was
really
good.
Self-sabotage.
If we had any writers, they'd probably tell us to end with that one. But
yeah, you can't heighten beyond that. And that was my mistake. But yeah, so this one was just interesting. Not too much to say about it. Just your classic oogling somebody in a grocery store, which I feel like is a classic category of misconnections.
Oh, absolutely. I think grocery store misconnections are probably make up, I'm going to say 60%.
We could make a whole book about them.
We could make a whole book. Also, that wasn't words. It's just something, a side effect of this podcast now for me is like I'm already looking for the double entendres immediately. So when they said, you asked if I tried a certain sauce, I got a little worried because I didn't know what that was.
You were like worried we were talking about a creamy sauce?
Like a baby sauce, if you will.
Ew. I didn't like that. Thank you.
I don't like it either. See, that's what happened to me in my brain. That's what I did to me, and I'm doing it to everyone.
I don't like that.
Yeah, we should move on, I guess.
We should move on. I'm going to go ahead and read one of yours. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. This is just like a throwback. It's from my college town. Pantyhose. Why women abandon wearing nylon pantyhose and stockings. What else can be sexier than women's legs in pantyhose? Just a thought. Hey, shout out to fucking Irvine and Irvine is not Tustin. I don't know why this is marked as Irvine. Shout out to fucking Tustin, what? District, our closest Target when I was in college.
Nice. I did a little dipping around Anaheim because I figured,
dipped your wick in Anaheim.
Yeah, that's a shirt right there.
Dipped your wick in it. I dicked my wick. All right.
I think when we do go on a tour one day, we should definitely work on making merch for every city. That is something along those lines.
Oh my God, incredible. Yeah. This, why women abandon wearing nylon pantyhose and stockings? What do you think? As a man, what do you think? Why do you think women abandoned wearing nylon pantyhose and stockings?
Okay, well, as a man.
Yeah.
Speaking as a man, why do I think? Because, if I think about it, have I seen significantly less nylons and pantyhose on a day-to-day basis? I think that's true. I think that is true. Huh. I would imagine the cause is probably it's got to be some sort of form of protest. Is this like a Lysistrata thing? Are the women trying to withhold the nylons and the pantyhose from the men folk in order to get them to meet their demands? I don't know.
Oh,
that's something. That's an idea. That would be maybe it.
I think as a woman, I would say it's because they're all being bought by bank robbers.
Oh.
So that's what I think.
Do you think maybe they put the nylons and the pantyhose like behind like a lock shelf now? Like you have to like get some of the kids because otherwise people think you're going to just be stealing those so that you can come back and steal more things.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I think that maybe you can't start to steal until you have the nylons. So maybe they're not looking things up yet,
That's true. It's like opening scissors. Like you need scissors. It's like scissors. Yeah.
Yeah. What came first, the scissors or the scissors? And the answer is
the scissors. The unopened scissors must have come first because how else would anything have ever gotten
open it?
Done? How did we do it? They build the scissors inside the plastic package, right?
Yeah, like a ship in a bottle.
Yeah. Just a thought from this guy.
Just a thought. Love that this person was like, the world needs to know my thoughts about nylon pantyhose and stockings. Mm-hmm. I guess, I wear stockings when it's cold, but it's also, they're writing this in October. It's like it just hit nylon season. So I would say relax.
Right.
Take a breather. Mm-hmm. Pantyhose season is returning. I don't like the word pantyhose. I would rather say stockings, I guess.
Works for me. No complaints.
Sheer leggings, maybe. But they're coming back. Just to relax a little, take a breather, take a deep breath. I don't think it's a generational change. I think it's a seasonal change. And also, a lot of people are wearing less shoulder pads in blazers. Women are wearing a lot of less shoulder pads in blazers, and you don't hear anyone complaining about that. So,
I mean, I'm complaining as a shoulder man. I'm definitely complaining.
You missed that shoulder bulge quite a bit.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Shoulder packers, if you will. Yeah, I'm tying it all together. Anyways, thank you, Irvine, for those honestly thrilling hot takes.
Super sexy thoughts. Thank you. Here's one from you. You had me at rugs and then no contact info. If I could screenshot my heart, it would be your ad tattooed on it. All 3 rugs for $40. Why use Squid Game? Your number and contact info. Do you wonder why no one answering your ad? Should I go creep around the cross streets you posted? Peeking in windows? Looking for the 3 rugs. Signed, winter is coming.
This person is peeved. They want those 3 rugs for $40. God damn it.
Yeah. Bad. Like
bad.
Too bad. Listen, 3 rugs for $40. That's obviously a steal. That's a great deal.
It's a good deal.
good deal. Even if they're like, a small, like a bathroom mat size rug, that's still a pretty solid deal. So I get it. But I don't know, maybe they got sold, maybe it's too good of a deal. Maybe this person missed the boat. Maybe that's why they haven't gotten an answer.
Ooh. Damn, roast them, Tallinn.
I just think, you gotta be a critical thinker here. Did someone post the deal of a lifetime as far as rugs are concerned?
Oh, yeah.
You think you were the first to inquire about it? I don't think so.
No. I think you're right. Also, I love that they said, why did you Squid Game your number and contact info?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean that a very attractive man gave it to you in a subway? I'm confused.
No, here's what I think it means. And bear in mind, I've yet to watch Squid Game. It's something I know I'm going to like.
Wow.
The whole world likes it. I just have been in a Halloween mood where I haven't had the time. So that's coming soon. But I do know that there was a phone number in the show that people were calling a lot, and it belonged to a real person, so Netflix had to erase that number from the show. So I think they're just saying that this person, didn't post their number, or, erased it later or something, but...
Damn.
What a very specific reference.
Truly specific. I was hoping that it meant a very attractive man gave you the number in a subway, but that's fine. After slapping you and beating you at a game. Anyways.
That would be cooler. But
that would be way cooler. I would let that guy slap me any day. I'll just say that much, and then we can move on.
Okay. Well,
you'll know who I mean. And
I guess
agree.
so.
When you watch it, you'll know who I mean, and you'll agree. All right. I've got another one from you here.
Okie dokie.
Heb. Ed Bluestein. We passed each other in the meat aisle. I dropped the chicken and you said, nice catch. Saturday, 10:16. This person seems kind of like a dick. I'd be so pissed if I dropped my chicken in the meat aisle and somebody went, nice catch.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not nice, but it is funny.
It is. Okay. It is a little funny. You're right.
Yeah, for sure. It would really depend on who said it to me.
Like if they were attractive, it's funny. If they're ugly, it's not
exactly.
Funny.
That's really what it comes down to. If they're showing a little shoulder, I might be
hey. Yeah. If they've got a bulge, maybe.
Maybe. What kind of classification of bulge? Red dwarf? No, thank you.
No. I hate that. I regret making that joke so much. Yeah. What a clever clogs. I don't know. When I'm in public, I'm not looking to interact with anyone or have anyone be clever to me. I'm merely trying to avoid being noticed until I can return home.
Yeah, and if you had dropped chicken in public, especially, I feel like you definitely don't want to be seen or acknowledged or just observed in any way. And for anyone to say anything, even if it was like, oh my God, that sucks. That'd be like, yeah. But I'd really,
I just dropped a whole pack of chicken breasts. Please leave me alone.
This is adding insult to injury, I think. This is just, I know I didn't catch the chicken. I know that. You're right.
You too could have caught the chicken.
This could have happened to anyone.
Any one of us. That's really upset. This reminds me a little bit tangentially of a good friend of mine who one day showed up to an improv rehearsal in college and she was really flustered and was really upset. And I was like, what happened? And she was like, man, I went to the grocery store and I filled up my cart and then I realized I left my wallet at home and then I just had to abandon my cart and run. And she was like, I just came here. I didn't know where else to go.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really upsetting. Formative moments in a person's life,
Yeah. I mean, who among us hasn't had at least one incident in the grocery store that just changed
our lives?
Maybe our ability to even return to that grocery store. I don't know.
That is true. Today I live down the street from a grocery store and I buy a lot of weird shit there. Lots of strange combinations of things. So I feel like I kind of have an understanding with my grocery people now.
Yeah. That's good. You got to really forge those relationships. It's sometimes nice to be recognized at an establishment under the right circumstances.
Under the right ones.
All
right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and send you another one.
Okay. I do want to say that came from. I pulled that one from our friends on Instagram at Misconnections PDX. They shared that one.
Yeah, we love them. Great account if you're into Misconnections, and once every other week, except for when we forget, and it becomes once every 2 weeks. If that's not enough Misconnections for you, please go check them out. Follow them on Instagram.
They also do a great job of cherry picking the cream of the crop.
Creme de creme.
The cream of the crop. Something about a cat and a splendiferous night. I found a note tucked into my Subaru windshield wipers that was not meant for me. It reads, Dear Michelle, I had a splendiferous night last night, and I'd like to see you again. Hope your cat is recovering from the accident. Sorry about that. Hazel. Heart. Sounds like a charming encounter. I hope the cat is okay. Anyways, I hope Michelle sees this. Cheers.
What a fucking solid assist. Honestly, love this. This person found a note on their car, and instead of being like, not my note, not my problem, they were like, oh, this was important to somebody, I need to pass it on. Yeah,
absolutely. This is a very specific note, you know? It feels like it needs to get to Michelle, because these sentiments, she'll never know about them otherwise, you know?
She'll never know unless she knows.
She'll never know unless she knows. She'll never know unless she knows.
I hope that cat is okay from that accident. Also, I'm now realizing... Oh, no, it's not that close to my house. I thought that this was tagged right next to my house and got really excited, but it's like 7 blocks away. Maybe I shouldn't say that because somebody could find this misconnection. Go 7 blocks in either direction, try to find out where I live. You know,
you've given a lot of detail. You've already said what kind of establishment you live near, and now you've given some. If someone cares to find it, some cross streets.
You know, at that point, they've earned it. It's fine.
If something should become of it, you brought it upon yourself.
You know what? Not to make it more enticing to break into my house, but sometimes I will leave a window open that's on the second floor because my mind, I'm like, if they're going through enough effort to break in through my second floor, they just like deserve whatever they take, you know?
That's, as someone who lives on a higher floor, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's like, I'm feeling like I'm probably safe. But if someone were to barge in, I'd be like, good for you. This feels very pointed and specific. Like, it must be for me. But I hope the cat's okay, too.
Yeah. Michelle, I hope your cat's okay from that accident. Accident. I did like that they also said, the person who posted this made sure to retain all the original spellings and say that accident was how it was spelled in the note.
Mm-hmm, they did mention that. As we've learned, sometimes we don't know when something's like an inside joke or a typo or an accident.
This is true.
So you gotta.
We are merely curators. Yeah, we're merely curators. We're not here to change the facts. Okay,
observers.
I got another one from you here. We do not. We're only watchers. Okay. Looking to what?
Nothing. I was just saying. All right.
Nope. Do you have something to say?
You can go ahead and read it now. Actually, I do have something to say. You're going to need to read the next 3 in a row, I think.
Oh my god.
They are related.
Wow, this is a lot more work than I thought I was going to have to do. Okay.
See if you can find the common thread.
All right. Looking to pick up some hardwood. Need some wood for this fall and winter. If you have some, let me know. Amateur wood polisher. Looking for cut wood that needs the knob polished to a deep shine. Nighttime car service provided. Grandpa. I miss my grandpa who had his own wood shop and was teaching me the proper way to work on hardwood.
So I saw these 3 literally back to back to fucking back. And I was like, well, we need new metaphors, we need new analogies, we need new...
Yeah.
We need to get rid of wood. It's overdone. I've seen
it's been done, everybody.
Much.
Don't use wood.
You're not being coy.
Bulge is the new wood.
Bulge is the new wood. And like, I'm almost like, were these like the same person? Like, why did this happen in this way?
I think what's disturbing to me is that I guess I don't like it, but I've grown to accept the fact that people call their sexual partners daddy. But I don't know that I'll ever grow to accept that somebody may be calling their sexual partner grandpa. That's a whole new level.
Yeah, if that was going to have its moment, it would have been exactly when the movie Bad Grandpa came out with Robert De Niro and Aubrey Plaza. But I feel like, as a society, we all kind of rejected it. So,
that was its only chance to make it into the mainstream.
If anyone was going to make Grandpa happen, it would have been Robert De Niro with, I guess, an assist by Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah. No, great find. Yeah, lots of... I think that these people should get together. And I don't know that they will. I feel like... Don't you feel a little bit like they're not exactly written to each other? Like they just are all kind of existing in the same... like hive mind.
They are three people who all think the same. It's probably, I haven't seen it, but I bet it's like that documentary, Three Perfect Strangers, because I haven't watched it. But what I bet happens is that it's about three strangers who all find out that they're basically related, right?
And they all post about wood on Craigslist.
And they all have the same vocabulary when it comes to expressing their sexual lust.
Yeah. It is cuffing season. It is cuffing season.
Yes, it is.
So that first poster needing hardwood for the fall and winter. I see where they're coming from.
I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing. It's cuffing season. Sorry, that thought occurred to me and wouldn't leave until I said it out loud.
Sometimes worth mentioning.
Sometimes thoughts are merely there to be exercised. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why we have a podcast. So
yeah. Also, this amateur wood polisher based in Newport Beach, very close to my school, the college that I went to, like hauntingly close, right off the 73 that goes to Costa Mesa. So shout out to Southern California listeners. The amateur wood polisher is down by the lagoon that I believe that the women's crew team used to practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Well... what a great location. I mean, and they provide nighttime car service. So, like, honestly, probably making a lot of bucks off of this market.
Making a lot of boats and a lot of bucks.
Yeah, definitely. Like, some of these, like, they try really hard to make it sound like you could possibly just be an amateur wood polisher. But, I feel like the metaphor gets lost real quick. Like, looking for a cut of wood, sure, it needs the knob polished.
The knob, that's where you start to lose me.
I don't know what is the knob and said wood? Is that a part of wood I don't know about?
I think there are, no, those knots.
There's definitely knots.
I don't know about knobs.
I don't know about knobs.
They might be talking about something else, Talon.
I think they might be. And yeah, these three people obviously need to find each other and build a log cabin, whatever that metaphor means.
Whatever that means. All right. Well, I got one last one for you.
Oh, yippee!
I'll send this on over. Actually, as though we haven't preloaded them.
Oh, it just came through. Oh, it's loading. And here we go. Herpes Bay. You gave me herpes in the eye, and then I left. I'm sorry I left. But WTF is eye herpes? And why didn't you tell me before my eyes started hurting? Did you really not know? Come back over if you see this. If we are the only two Portlanders walking around with this shit in our eye, I'd rather do it together. I miss you. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long, but I didn't know what the fuck to do or if I could trust you. Please let me know how I can trust you again. Hashtag eyepatchbros.
Okay, I did Google eye herpes. It's a real thing. It is not a joke. You can get herpes in your eye.
Is it actually related to mainstream herpes?
Yeah,
it's just herpes in your eye
caused by this herpes simplex virus. But I am confused about how one transfers. Like, were they doing butterfly kisses and touching eyelashes,
and then also doing butterfly kisses on their dick, like?
But
and
well, they didn't say they had dick herpes. They said they had eye herpes.
Can eye herpes exist in a vacuum, or must it come from dick herpes?
I don't know. I feel like maybe does it transfer eye to eye? Does it transfer eye dick eye? Does it transfer eye dick eye? You know?
If you did like engage in butterfly kisses with someone and then the next day you found out you had eye herpes.
Yeah.
What and let's say you never engage in any other like sexual activity with this person. You just started at butterfly kisses.
Yeah.
What would your reaction be? What would you
I would also be mad.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea before reading this that eye herpes existed, so I didn't know that there was any danger in that.
And
because the American school system failed me.
Right. I would be mad if my partner knew that they had eye herpes and proceeded to just say, throw caution to the wind. Let's do butterfly kisses.
No,
Specifically, there are so many other places other than the eyes that two people can, connect. So it just seems like real negligence on their part if they knew that they had eye herpes.
There's so many other places than the eye that two people can connect. I really love that. That should be like the like title card to your dating book. Like
sounds like a subtitle.
A subtitle. That's what I meant. Sorry. Like the subtitle. Like you'll have a title, and then the subtitle will be "There's so many other places besides the eyes that two people can connect."
The title will be "Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder."
Nice. Okay.
Subtitle. There's so many places other than the eyes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Unlike genital herpes, eye herpes is not sexually transmitted. Rather, it most commonly happens after another body part, typically your mouth in the form of cold sores, has already been affected by HSV in the past. So, eye herpes person, you might not have caught it from this person.
Yeah, it sounds like it could just kind of happen.
Be your herpes manifesting itself in another plane.
Ugh. Yeah.
Hey, don't stigmatize STIs, Tom.
I'm not stigmatizing STIs, but like, I don't want anything in my eye. Like, just the idea of having just even a bump in my eye. Gross.
You've had my finger in your eye.
I've had your finger in my eye.
And you've had your finger in my eye.
That's true. We're eye bros.
We're not eye patch bros, but we're
not eye patch bros yet. If we keep putting our fingers in each other's eyes, we'll have to see what happens.
Some might happen, yeah.
But like, I've had a sty, in my eye before, and that sucks. And just like, this sounds like a worse version of that. And so it's less of specifically a herpes is gross and more of a just any old thing in the eye I don't like, don't care for.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, good. Thank you for clearing that up. I just wanted to make it clear that this is not an STI shaming podcast.
I would never. Listen, these things happen, but unfortunate that it's the eye. It's just,
but we'll go ahead and say that that's unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, and that it just happens. That's why so I think we need to say to this person, just check yourself. It might not be the other person's fault.
Yep.
That's very.
They already seem pretty contrite, so I think that maybe they know subconsciously already.
Maybe they know. And if you two are the only Portlanders with eye herpes, I certainly don't know of any others. Do you?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, there's a strong chance that you are, but hopefully this podcast episode maybe will encourage others to come forward and share their stories so that you too don't feel so alone.
Start a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of gated community.
You can call it eye herpes. Like the letter I, herpes. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I have a shirt that says I herpes New York.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's another one for the tour. Anyways, we got one more misconnection for you after this little spiel, but we'd like to thank you so much for listening this week. We try to put out episodes on a bi-weekly basis.
We'll do bi-weekly. And if we'll try and do a better job of telling you. Just sometimes... Look, honestly, last week we just spaced.
We just plain forgot.
I woke up on Thursday.
Busy boys.
I woke up on Thursday and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Why does this not feel right? Like, I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't remember what.
There's an aching hole in your chest.
So, yeah, that's a first, to be fair. I think that's the first time
that is the first time we've just straight up forgot. So if that leads you any insight to how our brains are working recently, congrats. Mm-hmm. But we'd like to thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review on the Apple Podcast app. Helps us a ton, and it's super fast to do. If you leave us a 5-star review, Talon will read whatever you put in that review live on air. live.
True.
It's recorded, but he'll record it and then we'll put it on air. And also tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is also a great way to help promote this podcast, and we appreciate it every time you spread it around. Unlike herpes, don't spread that around.
Nice.
And if you have a misconnection of your own, or if you have a story about meeting up with a misconnection, feel free to send that in to us on our platforms. We've got an email at craigcrypod@gmail.com. That's CRAIGCRIpod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all under the name Craig's Essential Crisis. And feel free to send things our way.
Please do.
Did I spiel good? Was that a good spiel?
So damn good. I was also just looking at our, I was browsing our podcast section on the podcast app for reviews, which new ones I didn't see, but I did see that it has a podcast recommendation if you like Craig's Essential Crisis. This is a new thing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you might like Crime Junkie, which is apparently all about murder.
What? Yeah, I listen to Crime Junkie. We're nothing like them.
Yeah, no.
Do you think it's... I think it's basing it solely on what I listen to, because I listen to our podcast sometimes to check that the quality is good. And then I listen to other podcasts. So name
Could
more.
be.
I bet they're all things I listen to. Name more.
That's the only one I see so far. You're going to have to listen to more podcasts more regularly.
Well, yeah, the Crime Junkie I pretty regularly listen to.
Hey, why don't you go listen to the Crime Junkie and tell them Craig's Essential Crisis sent you? How about that? See what happens.
Give us a leg up. Give us a leg up the world.
Give us a leg up. All right. Well,
gosh.
I've got one more misconnection for the road here. A little bit different from the rest. It's actually not a misconnection. I will be absolutely opaque about that.
Colin.
But I think you're going to like it. It is, I think it's coming from a free stuff section.
Okay. Free snails. We've got snails. Snails, snails, snails. All snails must go. Big snails, small snails, snails of all shapes and sizes. We've got snails and they need to be elsewhere. We love these snails like our own kids, but realistically, we don't. If you love snails, or even if you don't, come on down to Big J's Free Snail Emporium this Sunday. No, realistically, any day is fine. Just take snails. I don't care what you do with them. My girlfriend won't let me flush them. Condition, like new. Make, manufacturer, snail. Model, name, number. It's a snail. Size, dimensions, snail size.
I'm Tom Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And this has been
Craig's Essential Crisis. Snail, snail, snail.
They got some snail-sized snails. It's a good deal.
Snails.